Hello, this is StopFake News.
What is fake news about the events occurring in Ukraine? Today, me, Alina Sukunago, and my colleague Margot Hontar are going to review more fake news stories.
This week's top highlights are: was there a massacre in Saurivka? Is Petro Poroshenko's son being conferred the Medal for Courage? We will also provide details about the missing boy who Russian mass media say became a victim of the National Guard of Ukraine. Broadcasters Live News and NTV, with a several-day interval, reported about a 13-year-old boy, Stanislav, from the village of Krasny Liman in Donetsk region, who had been allegedly doped up and forced by the National Guard soldiers to head to rebel fighters as part of a spy mission. A doctor insists on Ukrainian soldiers coming to Stanislav's house.
This 1 minute on air in Russian Federation appears to be a chance, perhaps a minor one, for the young Stanislav from the village of Krasny Liman, who appeared to be in the depths of the bloody war this week. If his parents are still alive, the National Guard did not touch them. They will find him for sure. Being just 13, he shares before a camera a story even adults may find difficult to comprehend. He tells about Ukrainian soldiers coming to his house. They are beating his mother, holding a pistol to his father's head, and ordering him to go to rebel stations to spy. Otherwise, they would kill his parents. He remembers the soldiers giving him a shot, and then his head dizzying and setting out for a trip of about 50 kilometers by his cycle to the insurgents.
Stanislav Petro was reported to be missing on the 12th of October. Police department in Krasnoarmysk says Stanislav is diagnosed with mild mental handicap as well as nomadism. The both sources demonstrated the injection signs on the boy's arm. However, NTV channel appeared to be confused in own statements and evidence. At first, the author of the report mentioned signs on the left arm, which Stanislav is stretching out, showing spots on the inner side of his elbow. But later, a drug therapist mentions the injection spots localized on the right arm, on the wrist. Well, the psychologist could be assumed to have missaid, but for a report by Live News, which also states the injection signs were identified on the right arm, and Stanislav clearly demonstrates those on his right arm. To remind, the tendency to spread stories about people being doped up in Ukraine sprouted during the very Euromaidan revolution. However, no such story has been confirmed so far.
In June, Russian mass media reported about violence, atrocities and massacre by Ukrainian National Guard troops in the villages of Saurivka and Stepanivka in Donetsk region. They were said to have killed all local men and raped women.
To begin, there is some horrifying news from Ukraine. Learning the details, one might find this report nothing but gossip. However, the headquarters of the Donetsk People's Republic confirmed the information on the National Guard soldiers killing all men and raping women in the village of Saurivka.
This rumor is still an agenda in social mass media and is circulating among population. The broadcaster NTV reported about mass killings of civilians in eastern Ukraine. Dubbing the event in Saurivka New Hatin in its evening program Svobodnoye Vremya Free Time, the broadcaster described the event as the Saurivka massacre.
Another hot spot, the village of Saurivka, has appeared on the map of Ukraine. Leaders of Donetsk insurgents assure soldiers of the National Guard of Ukraine, I am quoting, cut the local populace into pieces there. They are saying the following.
These people became victims of genocide. All men were killed. They were killed in a brutal and harsh way. They were cut into pieces, arms, legs.
Russian Novaya Gazeta journalist Pavlo Kanygin visited the two villages and made sure no massacre had ever taken place in these areas. Moreover, the National Guard troops appear to have never stayed at the village of Stepanivka during the siege of the Sour Mohyla. Troops of the armed forces of Ukraine were stationed in there, who in the end were forced out by the rebels of the so-called Donetsk People's Republic. Some local state Russian tank units were involved in the fight against government army. They were speaking fluent Russian, not the local language, they said. Tank convoy driving from the Russian border was also observed in the village of Snizhne, the Novaya Gazeta wrote.
Stepanivka is half destroyed. Among the ruins, intact remained only stoves and stone walls. The shelling killed 12 locals, but no massacre has ever taken place there. In Saurivka, a local man, Mykola, also refused the information spread by the Russian mass media.
No National Guard troops have ever been here or killed local populace. Neither have the Donetsk insurgents.
And has any local woman been raped here?
No, never.
So local civilians have not been killed?
No one has been killed or raped.
Only 5 people are living in Saurivka today, 2 old couples and a single old lady. Out of 12 houses, 3 empty houses were destroyed during the shelling, the Novaya Gazeta reports.
Russian broadcaster Channel 1 spread another fake news story regarding Stepanivka. It says Ukrainian soldiers on mission in Donbass have been allegedly promised a parcel of land and 2 slaves each.
They are still astonished, having put together a mosaic of fragments of Ukrainian soldiers' conversations. They were horrified by the fate they were probably doomed.
They were going to bring all local populace together in one premise. Even soldiers used to say, "You should be grateful for still being alive. We have been ordered to kill everyone." The locals asked them, "What are you fighting for?" "We have been promised a parcel of land and 2 slaves each," they said.
The broadcaster doesn't provide any other evidence to support the information, though, and affirms that this statement to be a truthful and proved fact. To specify, Viktor Bykudurov, the author of the comments above, seems to have appointed himself the local head on his own, while the former head of the rural council, Volodymyr Konovalov, had escaped. To remind, the village of Stepanivka was destroyed on the 11th of August as a result of Donetsk insurgents' great weapon shelling. No house survived. Majority of the inhabitants live in the place. At that moment, Ukrainian army soldiers from Zhytomyr and Rivne regions were stationed in the village, and locals spoke well about them.
On the 7th of November, the website Russkaya Vesna, Russian Spring, published a report running rebels of the so-called Donetsk People's Republic had allegedly killed a member of parliament of the Chechen Republic of Ichkeria, Vahid Bamangiriev, and his son at Donetsk airport, who were allegedly cooperating with the 5th Battalion of the Right Sector. However, Vahid Bamangiriev and his son were killed 14 years ago, in 2000, during the defense of the village of Komsomolskaya, Saadi Hutor of the Urus-Martanov district in the Chechen Republic of Ichkeria, and supporting documents and news of Caucasian mass media confirm the fact.
Some pro-Kremlin mass media reported about Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko conferring the Medal for Courage to his son. First of all, there is no such medal award in Ukraine as compared to Russia, Belarus, Israel, Azerbaijan and Armenia. Here is President's decree on bestowal of national awards of the 31st of October 2014. The mass media mentioned earlier are referred to. The list excludes the name Poroshenko.
You watched the 33rd episode of StopFake News. Thank you for your support.
Following news to learn more about further development of the events, you can also follow our YouTube reports.
StopFake News is a voluntary project. If you do appreciate our project as vital, please donate to support it.
All money transfer details are available at our website stopfake.org. See you!